Welcome back to We're Having Fun. Hello, I am Mark.
Hi, I'm Krista.
Merry Halloween, everyone. It's Halloween Day, probably.
Hopefully.
Theoretically.
This comes out.
Theoretically, I got it out in time.
If not, it's okay because the movie we're covering today kind of
spans two things.
Two holidays.
That was one of my questions.
And all the time in between, too.
Yeah, but we'll get to that in a second. So, Our Flag Means Death, Season 2 is over.
It is.
What are your thoughts? How did you feel? It came out. We're not... What? Are you want to do a whole episode about it?
No.
Okay.
No. I just don't... I'm still processing
Still processing.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, it's not like some people are like, I'm never watching the show again.
Wow.
Like, that's a bit much.
Weird.
I think you might want to sit with it for a bit and then come back to it.
Yeah.
I know that there are a lot of people that were unhappy with it, but there are a lot of people who were happy with it. I'm kind of like in the middle because there were things that I liked about it and there were things that I didn't like about it. But I mean, that was with the whole season.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be like, okay, the first season, I watched it. I immediately liked everything about it.
Uh-huh.
The second season, not so much.
Okay.
I think maybe after I've watched it several times, I'll probably like it more.
Yeah.
I got to get used to it because I've seen the first season so many times that, you know, but there were some things that were questionable and not just the one big thing, but some other things. Like, especially, it just seemed, and I know it has nothing to do with like the creators, the writers and all that stuff, but it was very rushed.
Yeah.
And I know that it's because they had budget restraints and they only had 8 episodes and they couldn't go over 30 minutes and all this stuff. So, I mean, I get that.
They're dealing with Warner Brothers.
Yeah. So I get why it feels rushed. But, if they had had more room, I think that it would have been better. They could have done more with it. Because there were some storylines that was like, there were some moments I was like, why is this person doing this one thing? Because this person is supposed to be very smart.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
As somebody who's not a super fan, I thought it was a really funny season. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I had no problems with it, honestly.
See, the fun thing about it was I watched the episodes before you did. Because I watched them on the day they came out.
Yeah.
And then when you came over for to hang out on Friday, we watched them. So it was the second time for me viewing. So I was a lot of times watching you to see what you thought was funny, which was really fun.
Yeah. Because
I'd be like, is he going to joke? Is he going to laugh at this joke? Which usually you did. And so I was like, okay, this is great.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I enjoyed it.
But yeah, there were lots of things that I did really like about it.
Yeah.
And then a few things that I was like, this is weird. I don't know why they did that, but okay.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Frenchie.
We had this running joke that Frenchie was going to die.
Yeah. And he did. Crazy. All right. Well, we'll let you sit with it for a while. Maybe come back to it later.
Okay.
Once you've really digested it. And then, I guess, is there anything else before we get into our movie?
Loki was very interesting this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't know where this is going.
2 more episodes and we'll see how it turns out.
Ended on a cliffhanger.
It did.
Because I was like, no, they're not going to finish it like this, are they? And then, because it just like went straight to black. I was like, that can't be the end of the episode. And then it went to the credits. I was like, are you kidding me?
They did it.
They did, so.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, there was one moment that it was like, what? I looked down for a second. I missed it. I had to go back because it just happened so fast. Yeah.
Yep.
Weird episode.
A lot of surprises. Weird episode for sure. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. Well, then I guess we can get into our movie now.
I guess so.
So we watched Nightmare Before Christmas, which you mentioned kind of spans multiple holidays.
Yes.
Do you feel it's more of a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
See, I usually watch it around Halloween.
Yeah?
But I feel like it's more Christmassy.
Okay.
Because a lot of the songs are more like Christmassy.
Okay.
Kind of. I don't know.
Yeah.
You probably think it's more of Halloween.
I feel it's more Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah. And another thing I've always thought was interesting is the people who this is like their favorite movie or up there at least, or at least favorite like holiday movie tend to be female acquaintances of mine. I've never run into a guy that's like, I love Nightmare Before Christmas. That is my movie.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why is that? Why does it appeal more to female?
Women?
And I know it's Jack Skellington's a hottie. That skinny bone face that every woman is going for. But, you know.
I don't know. But yeah, it is very, very much more of a female movie.
Yeah.
You know?
It seems to be, at least in my experience.
So... And a lot of guys that I know that watch it, they're like, I don't like this. I don't get it. I don't like it. It's like, okay. I don't get why you don't like it, but okay.
See, I'm not really a don't like it.
Yeah, you're just kind of a, it's fine.
Do I not get it? Maybe. Because I feel like there are times it's a little slow. And it's mainly because there's some bangers in this movie. Some songs that are like, what's this?
Are you going to tell me that my favorite song is not a banger? Probably.
Is it your favorite song, Sally's song?
Yes, it is. It's very short, at least.
It is short. But yeah, it's those musical songs where they're just like telling the story, but they have to kind of sing it, but it doesn't really have a song flow. I'm not a fan of those. Okay. And that's just my personal deal. I'm not saying they're bad songs. Yeah. They're just not. When you got hits like, what's this? Then
yeah. I mean, my two favorite songs are probably the two that you hate the most.
What's the other one? That you don't like. What's the other one you like?
The other one is the very last song. Well, not the last song, like when he's back and all that stuff. But the one when he's in the cemetery.
Him and Sally?
No, the one where he's in the cemetery after he's been shot down.
Yeah.
I like that song a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
But yeah, I think it's a fine movie, but... And it took a lot of work, obviously. Oh, yeah. They did a really good job on it. But yeah, I just find it interesting. Anyway.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the character of Sally. I think a lot of women see themselves as her.
Yeah.
Because that's why I liked it so much growing up.
Okay.
Because it was like I always had crushes on guys. Like I'd just be like crushing on them from afar.
Skinny bone
And it was always just like, wow, if I could just get their attention somehow. Yeah. And she does. And,
you're always poisoning your parents and stuff. That was crazy.
Sorry, Mom.
All that sleep you had. That was me.
That was me. I was throwing some melatonin in your soup. Sorry about that. So I could go
stare at boys.
Exactly.
Yeah. But see, when I was a kid, I was always pining for the ladies. Yeah. I was emo as heck, man. But I feel like I should have really loved this movie.
I don't know, but maybe it's because it was the girl.
Yeah.
You were probably like, oh, Pretty in Pink is my kind of movie. I'm Ducky.
Yeah. That was me. A real ducky. I've never seen that movie.
Oh, okay.
But I do know the concept of Ducky. The being that is Ducky.
The being that is Ducky. Oh, man.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. But, all right. Well, let's get into it.
Well, I was going to say, I didn't see this when it first came out.
Oh, really?
I can't remember exactly when it came out, and I didn't look it up. I want to say, 93 or something.
Okay.
But I didn't see it until a few years after that.
Okay.
Because I think my grandmother may have found it in, a yard sale or something.
Oh, really?
And so she had the VHS copy of it, and I borrowed it, because I was like, oh, I've never seen this before. And I remembered seeing, the previews for it and everything, and thought it looked interesting, but I didn't go see it.
Yeah.
And then I watched that copy. And I remember the first time I watched it, I didn't even get all the way through it at first, because I was watching it.
Yeah.
And my parents were like, okay, well, we've got to go, because it was during fall at some point, because we were heading over, I want to say it was during the Iron Bowl or something, because we went over to my aunt and uncle's house to watch some Alabama football game.
Right.
So I had to pause it and then come back to it later. Yeah. I don't know why I remember this so vividly, but I did. But so I didn't see it till I was probably 13 or 14.
Okay. It is 93.
93, thought
That's
so.
when it came out, yeah. So, 30 years now.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
That is, yeah. I mean, it's the 30-year anniversary of Jurassic Park also, because it came out the same year.
Oh, wow. Your two big hits.
Two
of the biggest influences on your life right there.
I mean, seriously, the Jurassic Park, I saw it, when it came out on VHS.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in the theater, but I did see it when it came out. And then was was obsessed with it. And it was pretty much, I had my own little TV in my room. And so when I would come home from school every day, I would be like, time for Jurassic Park. Yeah. I'd just sit there. I had the soundtrack. I would just jam into the soundtrack all the time. I don't know. I was a weird kid. You know this.
No.
And then when I got this...
you turned into a normal adult.
And then when I got this, I didn't get, like... I wasn't, like, obsessed with it, but... Yeah. But also, around that time, I was probably obsessed with The Sandlot. Mm-hmm. Because it had boys in it.
Yeah. There were boys and a dog.
And I was obsessed with boys.
I have a crush on every boy.
Not every boy in there, but a lot of them.
Big Squints fan.
No. Oh, man.
So when did you become obsessed with Nightmare Before Christmas? Because I would say you did, just by what you told me.
Well, I mean, it probably was when it came out on DVD, or when I got it on DVD. Okay. Because I think it may have been one of the first DVDs that I ever had. Okay. And so I probably, when I got that, I didn't have a lot of DVDs, so I was like, well, it's either this or The Mummy. Yeah. Which...
That's a tough choice. Yeah.
So if I wasn't watching this, I was watching The Mummy. Yeah. So yeah, that's probably when it was. Okay. And then I don't know, just watched it a lot. I used to go to, there was this website that had scripts and transcripts of movies. Mm-hmm. And I would find ones that I liked and I would read them out and do the voices and everything. And this was one of them, of course. Yeah. Another one that I did a lot was The Princess Bride. Okay. 2 of my top favorite movies.
There you go. Yeah.
Other top favorite movie, Singing in the Rain. Uh-huh. I don't think they had one for that, but but if they had, I would have been doing it. Yeah. So those are the 3 movies that and The Sandlot that I can quote, not word for word, but pretty close. So it's very obnoxious when you watch any of those movies with me.
No.
That's why we haven't done any of those movies for this podcast yet. Because
it's not that bad. All right.
Yeah. You probably didn't see it until years and years.
Yeah, I was definitely an adult. Mm-hmm. I mean, I saw bits and pieces of it when I was a kid, but yeah, it just never really grabbed me. Yeah. So yeah, but anyway, I think going back to my point, I think I saw it the first time for a girl because it was her favorite movie.
That makes sense.
Now here I am doing the same deal. Only time I've watched it is for girls. So
I was actually surprised we didn't watch the sing-along version of it.
I nearly did, but I didn't.
Didn't matter because I was singing along.
Yeah, I didn't know if you needed that.
No.
I wasn't going to be singing along, so.
Didn't need it. Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah, you handled it just fine.
Oh boy.
We watch it with closed captioning anyway.
It has the lyrics there anyway. Yeah.
You pretty much had the sing-along version. Mm-hmm. All right, well, what happened in this movie?
Yeah, I guess we should get into it.
We should probably start up.
People are like, oh my god, just get into it. So, first of all, the version that we saw has Walt Disney instead of Touchstone, which Touchstone was, their company anyway.
Yeah, the stuff that wasn't kid-friendly, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this was a Touchstone movie. Yeah. Because I remember seeing the Touchstone logo over the music at the very beginning. And I really missed that.
Yeah. You were a big Touchstone girl.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it starts off, there is a forest. There are these trees, and the trees have symbols on them. Mm-hmm. And there's a narrator, and he's like, "'Twas a long time ago, longer now than it seems." And he's basically saying, there are different worlds that are connected to holidays, pretty much.
Apparently the original person was Patrick Stewart. That's Picard, right?
Hold on a minute.
And it's on the soundtrack.
It's not on the soundtrack?
It is on the soundtrack. This is going to surprise everybody. She has the soundtrack.
I have it. I knew exactly where it was. Let's see here. Yeah, some of the lyrics are different, or some of the songs are a little bit different on the soundtrack.
It's extended.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. It's on the back. Narrated by Patrick Stewart. Yes.
There you go.
So I have that version.
Okay.
If we want to listen to it.
Nope.
Okay. There's also a closing that tells what happens after that is also by Patrick Stewart. Yeah. So he opens and closes it. But yeah, I know the only other real difference that I can think of is Oogie Boogie's song is longer. Okay. I think there's a whole verse that is not in the movie.
Okay. I wonder why they dropped Patrick Stewart from the movie version.
I don't know.
Weird.
No idea.
I don't know. But yeah.
So one of the doors is a pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern.
And that's Christmas.
No. That is Halloween.
Valentine. Oh, yeah, Halloween.
It opens up.
I missed the point of the movie.
You did. That's okay.
I get it now.
I mean, it's not, but so it opens up, we fly through there. It is Halloween in Halloween Town, actually. They're singing This Is Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
They have
song.
a whole production going on.
Yep.
It's like, what else do they do during Halloween? Do they just do this song?
I guess this is them finishing up Halloween. Maybe. This is their big celebration at the end.
I guess so.
That everything went well.
So first we see the Halloween Town sign, and there's a scarecrow attached to it.
Yeah, little pumpkin head.
Mm-hmm. Then we go in, there's like the cemetery, so you see all the ghosts singing, you see some witches, there's vampires, there's like a mummy, there are all these different characters.
All the horror tropes.
Mm-hmm. And
melty face guy.
Yeah.
Don't know what his deal is.
Don't know.
Sticky, he's melty.
Yeah, he's like...
I want to know his story.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's all these different kinds of monsters, and go through town, see all of them, and then at the end, they have the scarecrow again. They lead it into town.
He's on a horse.
And they set it on fire, or he sets himself on fire.
Yeah.
He comes to life, basically. Sets himself on fire. Does a sweet little jump, little flip into the fountain in the town square. Then he comes out. He's Jack Skellington. Yeah. It was him the whole time. He's the pumpkin king. Obviously.
Yeah. Skinny bone face.
Skinny bone face. Exactly. Bone Daddy himself. So he pops up. They're still singing. They're having a good old time.
Yeah.
And then the song ends, and they're like, "Yay, we did it!"
Yeah. Best Halloween ever.
Yep. And he's like,
guys.
"Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go walk off over here and be emo." In the graveyard.
Who am I?
See you guys later.
Yeah.
We see Sally for the first time. She's out there enjoying the
old
festivities.
Stitch
face. Okay.
Okay. All right. Wash yourself, counselor.
Objection.
I'll allow it.
So, the Dr. Finkelstein is the guy who created her. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Hey, you gave me Deadly Nightshade again.
Yeah.
You gotta stop it.
Stop poisoning me.
Stop poisoning me. You're not ready for so much excitement." And she's like, "Yes, I am." And he's like, "No." She's like, "Yes, I am." And so she pulls her arm away, and her arm, like, falls off.
Yeah.
And he's stuck with part of her arm.
Yep.
She just runs off.
Weird relationship they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They hate each other. They hate each other a lot. I was like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
So, she runs off. All of the people in town are just, like, fawning over Jack.
Oh, yeah, they love him.
Yeah, because this is before he goes to the graveyard. But they're just like, "Oh.
Have my babies."
Yeah, pretty much.
They tell him to have their babies.
Yep. Yep. "Have my babies, Jack." And he's like, "I can't get pregnant. First of all, I'm male. Second, I am a skeleton." So they're all like, "Oh, it's so great." And he's like, "Yep, just like last year, and the year before that, and the year before that." And so you can kind of tell he's just like...
He's burned out.
He's over it.
Yeah.
He's like, "This is stupid. I hate this. I'm just going to go mope."
It's all the same thing.
Yep. So, of course, the town is like handing out awards and everything. He just walks off. Sally is also in the graveyard. She's just peeking around tombstones.
Being a real creep.
Being like, "Oh, there's that hot guy.
Yep.
Just gonna watch him from afar."
So I creep. Yeah.
Yep.
Creeping like Stitch Face.
He walks through the graveyard. He stops at one of the graves. It is the grave of his dog, Zero. Mm-hmm. Zero's little ghost comes out.
Yep.
He's got a little shiny nose. Mm-hmm. His nose is a little jack-o'-lantern. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. Yep.
That's sweet.
So he's got a little shiny jack-o'-lantern nose.
He's a cute little dog.
Yep. And he follows him around.
Yeah.
And this is when Jack has his first, like, big song.
Yeah.
You probably hate this song, too.
It's not great.
Because it's kind of slow.
It is very slow.
You just like the slow... I like the slow songs, and you don't.
Yeah.
I like all the songs, but...
You do.
So he has his little, "Oh, everything's so boring. I'm empty inside."
Empty inside.
Who would ever understand how I feel? I would give it all up if I could, and all this stuff. And he's just moping around. And he's like, "Yeah, like the fame and praise is cool and everything, but it's not enough for me. Mm-hmm. I'm just not satisfied with my life.
I need more."
Exactly. So he walks off. Sally's like, "I get you. I get you, babe.
I wish you knew.
I wish you knew how much I get you."
Similar we are.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, you would love me, Boneface.
Yep. She's like, dang, if only you would talk to me.
Yep.
But you're too busy over there moping and being emo.
Yep.
So she goes over, she has to replace her deadly nightshade that she's been slipping into the doctor's food.
Yeah.
Because she's going to use it again.
Yeah.
She's like,
it's inevitable.
I am going to poison him again. So let me just refill my little jar here. So she goes back to the doctor's house and she puts her little herbs away and everything. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I'm back for my arm.
Yeah.
Much. So he sews her arm back on. And he's like, that's the second time that you have poisoned me this month. And she's like, that's the third time. Yeah. It's like, you can't do this anymore. You're mine. And she's like, I don't like being owned by people. Yeah.
It's an abusive relationship. Yeah. Very toxic.
Yeah. But she's like, look, I'm restless. I just don't want to be here. Yeah. I don't want to be near you, basically. And so she keeps trying to run off.
He's such a nice guy, though.
Sure. He's great. Okay. Yeah. He's kind of not the best.
No.
So back with Jack and Zero. Zero wants to play fetch.
Yep.
So he's like, oh, fine. And so he like takes one of his ribs out and he just throws it. And Zero goes to fetch it. He just keeps walking. Then it's morning time. Jack's not home.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's freaking out.
Well, at first they're just like wandering around, but the mayor comes up.
Yeah.
And he's like, he goes up to his house.
Yeah.
And the mayor is two-faced.
He is.
He's got one happy face on
real political commentary.
Yeah, one happy face, and he's got a very, like, scowly face.
Yeah.
This is also one of my favorite lines from the mayor, because he's like, I'm only an elected official. I can't make decisions by myself. Which cracks me up. So, I mean, basically, he's the mayor, but Jack is running the show. Yeah. He's running this town. Mm-hmm. So he can't do anything without Jack. Yeah,
he wants to go over the plans for Halloween next year. Yes. And he needs Jack.
Yeah, because he's like, there are only 365 days till next Halloween. Yep. And then the little wolf guy is like, 364! Which, yeah.
Thanks, wolf guy.
It's like, thanks, wolf man. Yeah, so they're like, he hasn't been home all night. He's gone. Mm-hmm. The sun is also a jack-o'-lantern, by the way, because it does show the sun.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Mm-hmm. And this is the point where Jack has been wandering all night, basically. He wanders into the grove with the trees.
Yeah.
And so you see some of the other trees there. There's like the heart tree, you've got a shamrock, you've got an Easter egg, you've got a turkey, and then the one that catches his eye, of course, is the Christmas tree.
Yes.
Because that's a pretty cool looking Christmas tree.
It's not a bad tree, yeah.
So he walks up to it. I love that the reflection of him is in the knob.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, apparently that was like the hardest shot.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And so he's like, what's this? And he opens it up and it sucks him in.
Yep.
And so there he is. He's in Christmas Town.
Yeah. Have they never found this before?
I don't know.
Nobody's ever walked this
that far? I guess not. Maybe they just all stick to Halloween Town and this is far enough out.
You tell me those little rapscallions are not just wandering around there. They knew exactly where to go.
They did.
So I think they found it before.
And you would think that they would have gone through every one of those doors.
Oh, yeah.
They probably have already known about Christmas Town forever.
Probably. They've been stealing toys for
I wouldn't
while.
Be surprised.
Yeah. Probably where they got their masks.
Why would they have Halloween masks in Christmas Town?
Well, they're not like scary masks.
No, but how many people wear masks for Christmas?
I feel like that would have been a good like 1920s gift, you know, back when
Merry Christmas
gifts sucked.
Here's a mask.
Yeah, I could see it.
Okay.
I could see it.
Anyway, so he lands in this new world. There's snow everywhere. He starts singing "What's This?"
Uh-huh.
Really fun song.
Good song, yeah.
This is like one that, you know, most people know.
Yeah, it's the one that gets stuck in my head a lot.
Yeah. But it's really fun because it shows the difference between, you know, Halloween Town and Christmas Town, because he's like talking about how there are children throwing snowballs instead of throwing heads.
Yeah.
It's like there are no dead people there. Everything's lit up. He's like, oh, what is
colors.
This? Yep. They're roasting chestnuts on a fire. They're sleeping soundly. There are no like monsters under the bed and all this stuff.
I still find the elves a little creepy though.
Oh, they are very creepy.
They could turn evil real quick. I'd believe it.
Yeah, they're creepy looking.
Yeah.
But they're like ice skating and everything. Having little snowball fights. They're like little snowmen everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's just toys. Like, yeah, and he's just like fascinated by it. It's like, this is the coolest thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
I don't blame him. That would be cool.
And he sees the town sign, Christmas Town, and then he hears like a whistle, and he looks over. A door opens. You see the silhouette of Santa Claus, and he's ho-ho-hoing up the place.
Yep.
And he's like, "Ooh, this is interesting."
Yeah.
He wants to know everything about this place.
Yep. So he steals a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, which we don't know about it right now, but he does.
He does.
So apparently he stays there long enough to like learn a bunch of things about Christmas.
Yeah.
But then we go back to Sally, because of course she has she's been making soup.
Of course.
For Dr. Finkelstein.
Yeah.
Poisons it, obviously.
Surprisingly, yeah.
So she's like, "Oh gosh, but this smells so much like poison. I've got to cover up the poison smell." So she's been putting like the deadly nightshade in. So she's like, "Okay, frog's breath, that's gonna overpower it. That'll do it." So she does frog's breath, which is like a frog in a jar.
Yeah.
That just belches into the soup.
Yep.
And then that's too much too.
Yeah, that smells terrible.
Because it's like, oh no, now it smells too much like frog's breath.
Yeah.
It's gonna be suspicious.
Yeah.
So,
which it should be suspicious anyway because she made it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's an idiot.
So she has to go back, and she's like, all right, we'll put some worm's wort in there because that's gonna mask that smell. So she does. Everything's good now. She gets that soup. She takes it to him, and he smells it, and he's like, worm's wort.
Yeah.
And frog's breath.
Yeah.
Nothing's more suspicious than frog's breath. And so he's like,
you love frog's breath.
Yeah, exactly.
Though.
I thought you liked frog's breath. So yeah, he's like, you gotta taste it first.
Yeah.
Until you taste it, I won't swallow a spoonful. And she hits the spoon, and she's like, oh no, I dropped it in the floor.
Yep.
And he's sitting there like, just, oh, how could you do this to the person who made you, and all this stuff. And she bends down to pick up the spoon, but she pulls a spoon out of her sock that has like, it's a slotted spoon.
She's got a slotted spoon.
So
Trixie devil.
So she's like, oh, don't be silly, I'll taste it. And so she uses the slotted spoon.
Yeah.
So all the soup comes out. She still just pretends to sip it anyway.
Yeah.
How did he not see the slots in that spoon? I don't know.
He's dumb.
He's very dumb.
She let it drain while in the bowl though, so that works, I guess. But yeah.
So
luckily he doesn't ask for the spoon once to eat his soup.
No, he just downs it.
Yeah, he downs it one gulp there.
Guzzles it.
Yeah.
Guzzling that soup. I mean, there's no chunks in it though, so I guess it's fine.
Sure. That
it's
he
just
knows
broth,
of.
you know. So anyway, she knocks him out. Jack shows up again. He's on like this little, like a snowmobile kind of thing.
Yeah.
From Christmas Town. He's got a huge bag just full of stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're never going to believe where I have been. Call a town meeting. I'm going to tell you all about it.
We got to talk about this.
So they call the town meeting. And then here comes everybody. They're all going to the meeting. He has...
Including Sally.
Yes, including Sally. Because she's like...
Finkelstein's
he's out. He is not waking up for a while. So they get to the town hall. He starts telling them about Christmas Town. But he can't just tell them. He has to sing it.
Yep, of course.
Do you like this song?
No.
Okay.
This was the last time I tried to watch that. I got to this song and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm done. I can't sit through this.
This is not my favorite.
It's not a terrible song, but it's just, I don't know, it's kind of boring.
This one might, I was gonna say, this might be my least favorite one.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of other ones that I also don't really like that much. But yeah, so he starts talking about Christmas and how cool it is. He's like, there are these stockings that they put on the chimney, and they put candy and stuff in them, and toys, and you give Christmas gifts, and you have a tree, and it's really cool, and you guys, we've got to try it.
Yeah, but nobody gets it.
No, yeah, they're all just like
chiming in with their bull crap.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, so they put stockings. Is there like a foot still in it?
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Like, guys, stop talking.
It's like, oh, Christmas present. So it's a box. Ooh, what's in it? Is there like some kind of thing that's gonna like explode or whatever? And he's like, no, it's just like a gift.
You aren't getting this.
You don't understand what's happening. It's not the point of Christmas Land.
Yeah.
And so he's like, all right, fine. This is gonna be the clincher. This is gonna sell it to him. There's this guy there.
Yeah.
He like runs the whole town. His name is Sandy Claus.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds terrifying.
So they're like, okay, we've got to do this Christmas thing. Mm-hmm. And he's like, they still don't get it, but whatever.
We'll do our best.
We're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So he goes home. He is trying to figure out like a logical way to explain Christmas because they're still not getting it.
He goes to Finkelstein's to get a bunch of equipment.
Well, first he researches all night. He like reads like a bunch of books and stuff.
Yeah, and he pulls a real Christic. It's a real stack of books going to research.
Look.
Someone just got called out.
Listen.
Is this where you got it from? Is this how you think research works because of him?
Are you telling me that's not how research works?
No, it is. In the 20s, yes, that is how it works.
I just like physical books. Okay?
You do. You love books.
I'm sorry.
You love books. That's why we love you.
I have a huge stack of like
stacks of books.
30 books that are just about
one
pirates?
subject? Yes.
Yeah, I do. Gosh, I'm so sorry that I like books. That I like to know as much as I can about a subject if I'm going to be writing about it, okay?
We love that about you. We love it. I was just curious if this is where you got it from. From your hero, Jack Boneface. Skellyface.
I don't think this is where I got it from, but I don't know. I don't know where I got it from. So.
I love you.
Well, you just have to throw that in. It's like, I'm sorry I made fun of you. But I'm also not. But I just want you to know. So, Dr. Finkelstein, he's awake now. He's very mad because he was poisoned again.
Yeah.
So, he locked Sally in her room.
Mm-hmm.
This is when Jack shows up. Because after he's locked her in the room, Jack is like, hey, I'm here. I need to borrow some equipment. I am going to do some experiments. And he's like, sure, you can take whatever you want. And Sally overhears it. She's like, experiments?
I love
interesting. So he takes all the stuff home. He starts like using all of these little like chemistry sets kind of. To,
microscopes.
He's
a lot of beakers.
Yeah, exactly. He like takes a Christmas ornament and like grounds it into powder and tries to see what happens. And
he puts in a beaker. He's like, wow. Yeah. But what does that mean?
But what does it mean? Exactly.
It's a rainbow.
So then Sally is like, okay, I'm gonna shoot my shot here. I'm gonna make a basket of snacks. Yeah. Because it looks like he's gonna be pulling an all-nighter.
Yeah.
So she makes her stuff. She lowers it down.
There's the window is like a grate.
Yes.
And it has the key there. Like, here, feel free to leave whenever. I'm starting to think Finkelstein is kind of an idiot.
He's very dumb.
Yeah.
Because she just throws herself off the tower.
Yeah.
Out of the window.
Yeah.
And it like...
She loses a lot of body parts.
It pans down to her. She's like... Her arms and legs have all just fallen off.
Yeah.
She wakes up. She's fine.
Yeah.
She's a ragdoll. Back together. She's fine. She's just made of stuffed leaves. She's like stuffed with leaves and stuff.
Yeah.
And so she's always got a needle and thread.
There you go.
Sews herself back up. Yep. She's like, okay, time to go do this. Yeah. I don't know why he never thought that she would do this. Yeah. Maybe she's just never done it before.
She has a mechanism to lower stuff down, too. Why didn't she just grab onto that bucket and just lower herself down? I'm starting to think she's real emo.
I don't know, but also Jack has a pulley system also.
Yeah, everybody has
this at their towers, I guess? I don't know.
Common thing for everyone.
Yeah, so the doctor does show up again, like, right after this.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, it's time for you, time to let you out. But she's gone, and he's mad, of course. He's always mad. He's just a mad guy, you know. He's a mad scientist.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
We did it.
We did.
So she uses the pulley at Jack's to like take his snacks up to him and everything.
Yeah. And then she hides.
She hides.
What a dork.
How dare you? This is exactly what I would have done too. I mean, he does see her, though. He sees that it was her, doesn't he? I think when he pulls it in, he sees her down there.
Oh, really?
And then he looks at what's in it, and then he looks down there again, and she's gone.
Okay.
So he does know who did it.
Yeah.
But anyway, he opens up the basket. It's got, there's, fish bones. It looks like a It looks like salt and pepper.
Oh, good.
Grinders or something.
Yum.
And then a bottle of like
something she had made.
Something, yeah, some kind of drink.
Yeah.
And he uncorks it and like a butterfly comes out of it. And I guess that's to show this is not poisoned.
Yeah.
I know I poison people a lot, but this is not poisoned.
See,
it's
that butterfly can survive, so.
Oh man. So yeah, he's like, oh, that's cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
But she's already gone. She's hiding. She goes over, there are like these little flowers. Mm-hmm. And she grabs one. She starts peeling the leaves off of it. She's doing a kind of like, he loves me not kind of situation. Yeah. And then suddenly, this flower turns into a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It's like rotating in her hand. And then it bursts into flames.
Yeah.
And
What's up with these flowers?
This is a premonition. It's just a premonition. It's just something that she can do, I guess. I don't know.
Sure.
Or, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't really explain that very
well. It's not explained. But she's like, oh, this is bad. This is a bad sign.
Yeah.
And then we have another song.
Yep.
Starts off, all the people down below are like pacing around outside of his house, like outside of his gates, pretty much. And they're like, oh, there's something's up with Jack. And one of the little kids like, I hope he hasn't died. And I'm like, he's a skeleton. He's dead already. But they can die, apparently.
Double die.
Exactly.
Yep.
So we get back up to where he's been doing his research and his experiments and everything. And he's still like, what does it mean? He can't figure it out. He's like, I've read all the Christmas carols. I've read all these books. I've done all these experiments. I've seen all this stuff and I still don't get it. What is up with this Christmas thing? And then he's like, okay, maybe it's one of these things that you have to do it yourself. You have to experience it.
And I'm Jack, baby. I can do this.
Anything. Cool. I will be amazing at this. So
I'm gonna nail it.
We're taking over Christmas this year. We're doing it.
Yep.
Christmas is ours.
It's happening.
This is happening, exactly. And so he's like, okay, I've got special jobs for each of you in town. Yep. He gives the baby doll to the vampires. He's like, I need you to make some of these baby dolls. And they're like, this baby doll makes such a weird sound. I mean, it does. It doesn't sound like a baby, but...
She's going...
It's like... And they're like, oh, what kind of noise is that for a baby to make? And so he's like, maybe you can improve on it. So they're like, no problem. And they walk off. They're doing their thing. Then he sees Dr. Finkelstein. He's like, all right, I need you to make these reindeer. Yeah. Because we don't have any reindeer. So I need some. Make them.
This is like easy.
He's like, got it.
Yeah.
Got you, boo. Then we have Oogie's boys. They show up. These are his little henchmen.
Yep.
We got Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Yep.
I really wanted to do the little... When they're introducing themselves, Barrel, after he introduces himself, he licks a lollipop. And so usually when I say Lock, Shock, and Barrel, I do the little thing. It's gross.
Doesn't translate to podcast as well.
It doesn't. So they have a top secret mission.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what it is except for them and Jack. They leave, and he's like, oh, before you go, leave Oogie Boogie out of it. Yeah. We don't want him participating in this.
He sucks.
He's just going to ruin everything.
Yeah.
So they're like, no, okay, we got it. So they head off, and they start singing their song. Yeah. Kidnap Mr. Santa Claus.
Yeah. I don't mind this song.
I don't really like this one that much.
Really? I thought it wasn't bad.
It's fine. It's just not one of my favorites.
And the voices of them are Paul Rubens, Danny Elfman, and Catherine O'Hara.
Yes.
Who is also Sally.
Yes.
And Danny Elfman is also Jack Skellington's singing voice.
Yes.
But not his talking voice.
Not his talking voice.
Because he was apparently not very good at that. He was very wooden.
So his talking voice is Chris Sarandon, who is Prince Humperdinck from The Princess Bride. Oh, okay. Which is really funny considering that I just gave like my top 3 movies. Yeah. And Chris Sarandon is in 2 of them. So. But he plays a good guy in one and a bad guy in one. So. Yeah. And you gotta get that range.
Yeah, you love a bad boy. We know this.
I do. I do love a bad boy.
That's right.
I do not like Prince Humperdinck, though. I'm sorry. Yeah. Never liked Prince Humperdinck.
He sucks.
He is the worst. Yeah. Don't like him. Anyway, so they sing their little song, and they're just basically going over some plans that they can implement to try to kidnap Santa Claus. Or Sandy Claus. Yeah. And so they're like, okay, well, we could do this, or we could do that. And there's a lot of like, lock him up for 90 years. I don't know why 90 years, but
It's a nice round number.
I guess so.
Yeah.
And then they're like, and then we'll give him Oogie Boogie when we're done.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, but you're supposed to keep him out of this.
But there is little beasties.
Yeah. So
they feed Oogie Boogie.
Exactly. So back at the line, I guess, he's like, okay, the musicians, you guys need to learn how to do these carols, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, here's Jingle Bells. This is how it goes. Work on it.
Yeah.
They do a terrible rendition of it, but I mean, it's not that bad.
For Halloween people, not bad at all.
Not bad.
He's able to play it off of actual bells.
Yes.
Which look all the same size, so I'm surprised they make different tones. Mm-hmm. So...
Maybe it's the ball that's inside of them that makes it. I don't know.
I don't think that's how it works.
I don't think it is either. Maybe. I was trying to get the benefit of the doubt, okay? Oh my gosh. So Sally, it's her turn. He's like, okay, what I need from you is I need...
kisses.
No, she wishes.
Yeah.
I need a costume. Yeah. You're going to make my Santa Claus outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's like, I don't know about this.
She's like, this is a... I had a terrible vision.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. She's like, it was about your Christmas. There was smoke and fire. And he's like, that's not my Christmas. And he's just not even paying attention. Yeah. And she's like, it's going to be a disaster. And he's like, no one else can make my Santa Claus outfit. And she's like, that's not what I'm talking about. So finally she just like, whatever. It's a mistake, but I can't do anything because you're not listening to me.
And I love him.
Even though he does not listen to what I say.
Yeah.
Already got problems in this relationship that doesn't even exist yet.
Yeah.
So Lock, Shock, and Barrel are back. They're like, we caught him. We got Santa Claus. They open up the bag. It is the Easter Bunny.
Yep.
And he's like, okay, that's not Santa Claus. Need to take this guy back.
Yeah.
Go into the Christmas tree one. The one that's shaped like this.
Looks
and he has like a Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're like, okay, fine. So they go back off to do their thing. The doctor, as he's working on making the reindeer and everything, he realizes that, maybe I should make like a new companion for myself because this thing with Sally is not working well.
Yeah, Sally sucks. So.
Sally doesn't like him. I think he wants somebody who likes him.
Yes.
Sally is not interested.
Yeah.
At all.
Exactly.
It's like, no, I want Boneface.
Yeah.
So, why not make a new one? So they start the countdown to Christmas. They've changed because they've got like on the town hall, it's like counting down to next Halloween. Mm-hmm. But now it's counting down to Christmas instead. So it's like 36 days to Christmas.
Yeah.
And so they gotta start making stuff.
They gotta move.
They're making Christmas, which is the next song. Mm-hmm. Also not a big fan of the song.
I don't even remember the song, honestly.
Some parts of it are kind of fun, but most of it I'm not a big fan of. But they're making all kinds of gifts. They've got these real creepy like Jack-in-the-Boxes. There's a little vampire doll. Mm-hmm. There's a duck that looks like he has bullet holes in him. I don't know what these vampires are doing, but whatever. And it's got wheels. And then there's like the little monster kids are also helping. One of them has like a doll that looks like a normal doll. Mm-hmm. Beheads it, of course.
Of course.
There's like a little truck, smashes it, because all kids want smashed up trucks.
Yeah.
Like Hot Wheels for Christmas.
One guy has a run over turtle. Jack's like, no.
Yeah.
That's not Christmas.
No, he's not. That's not Christmas.
It's too flat or something.
No, he says, it's been dead for too long.
Oh, yeah.
You need to get something fresher.
We need fresher dead things.
Yeah. There's one guy who apparently is like, he thinks he's a milliner or something, because he's like, look this hat that I made out of this rat. And he's like, no, I think it'd be better if you made a hat out of a bat. Yeah. So he does that instead.
To be fair, it's not a bad hat for made out of rat.
I like it. I think it is adorable. It looks like something from the 1920s.
Yes. All goes back to the 20s.
There you go. Back to the 20s.
This movie was set in the 20s, by the way.
Exactly. So anyway, they're making all these presents and everything. Mm-hmm. The reindeer are done. They're ready to go. And now it is Christmas time. Yeah. And his sleigh is a coffin. Uh-huh. And then it's got like this big barrel that is connected to it and has all the presents in it. Yeah. And okay, it's ready. It's time. It's time for Christmas. We go to Christmas Town. Oh, and it kind of like during making Christmas, it goes back and forth. Yeah. Because it shows what's happening at Christmas Town too. Everybody there is hard at work. Mm-hmm. They're like cutting out teddy bears. Yeah. They're doing all their stuff. They're waxing the sleigh and everything. And
all
then
the Christmas stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Then Santa in Christmas Town, he's going over his list. He's checking it twice. Mrs. Claus is baking her cookies in the other room. And then they get the doorbell rings. So he goes to answer it. It's these trick-or-treaters.
Trick-or-treat.
Uh-oh. And the bag goes over him.
Yep.
So, back in Halloween Town, of course, Sally still wants to shop all of this. She's made his costume, though. She's, like, doing the finishing touches.
She's a loyal girl.
But he's like, I don't know why you have such a problem with this.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. So she's like, actually I have an idea. I think I know how I can stop this. She goes off. The kids show up. They have Santa. And they open the bag. Santa doesn't have claws. What is this? But
What's this?
Exactly. So Jack's like, you don't have anything to worry about. I've got Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm doing it this year. Don't worry about it.
Have a nice vacation.
Exactly. He's like, oh, and by the way, I need your hat. So he takes his hat and everything too. And then he's like, okay, well, take him somewhere where he'll be comfortable.
Yep.
And they're like, nothing's more comfortable than Oogie Boogie's place.
Yeah, like, they love it there.
Okay. So they take him to Oogie Boogie. And they shove him down
the feeding tube.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is Oogie Boogie trapped there?
I don't know.
Because they have to, like, feed him. They have to send him stuff.
Maybe, but also, maybe he's trapped there, like, when it's not Halloween.
Maybe.
Because during Halloween, when they're singing This Is Halloween, his shadow is on the moon.
Oh,
because he's the shadow on the moon at night.
Oh.
And then it turns into bats and everything.
Okay.
But, so he's there. He has his little part during Halloween.
Okay.
So maybe when it's not Halloween.
That's his one day.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. And then all the rest of the time, they're like, no, you gotta stay in. You gotta stay in there.
You're a bad boy.
You've been a bad boy, Oogie.
Yeah.
You're so bad.
Oh.
All your gambling and stuff, you know. Because he's a gambling boogeyman.
He is. Although
he don't play fair.
He don't.
He says. So yeah, he has, when Santa gets pushed down there, Oogie Boogie is there, of course. Oogie has his own little song. He sings. I do love this one.
I like Oogie Boogie's songs just because I like his singing style.
Yeah.
He's fun.
He's fun. I'm
fun Oogie Boogie.
It's a fun song. Every time that I hear it, though, I'm like, I always think that the guy who does the voice, and it's not the same guy, does the voice of Audrey too in Little Shop of Horrors. But it's not the same guy.
Yeah,
but they sound similar.
Yeah.
But it's not the same guy.
Yeah.
But they have similar sound. Anyway, I like Oogie's song. I think it's fun.
I think if anybody else sang it, I'd be like, this song's kind of sucks.
Yeah, probably. But so he has Santa now.
Yep.
And he's trapped down there.
Mm-hmm.
It's time. It's Christmas time. It's time for him to go off, soar into the sky, go hand out Christmas presents.
Yeah.
Play Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where Sally puts her idea to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She has fog juice.
Yeah.
And so she pours that into the fountain, which creates fog, of course.
It's a foggy day.
It's a very foggy night.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh no.
Can't take off in that fog.
The reindeer can't see an inch in front of their noses. And so they're all sad about it. One of the little kids is like, there goes Christmas. And then, what is this? 0. What a brilliant nose you have. Because of course.
Won't you guide my sleigh tonight?
Exactly. So he's playing Rudolph, basically. Mm-hmm. So now they can see through the fog because 0 is going to head up the team. The team.
Yeah.
And he saves the day. So Jack's able to leave, and Sally's like, Dang it. Kidding me? So then she has her little song, which we already know you hate.
Yeah.
I like this song, of course.
Yes, you do.
And I like it so much that I have a YouTube channel.
Uh-huh.
And one of the videos on there is me singing the song. Uh-huh. But I dubbed it over the actual footage from the movie.
Okay.
And also there's a cat in this song, and I did the cat noises as well. Okay. Which was funny and fun to try to replicate. Because it doesn't really sound like a cat, but anyway, so that's there.
Yeah. It's a good rendition.
And it did get copyright claimed.
Of course.
Apparently I sounded too much like the original.
You blew it. You nailed that cat.
I did. Nailed it to the wall. Gross.
Dark.
So she has her little moment singing, talking about basically her unrequited love for Jack. And meanwhile, Jack's like, I'm out here making my rounds. I'm giving out these presents and everything.
Scary presents.
He shows up at one kid's house. He lands on the roof. It wakes the kid up.
Yeah.
And the kid goes downstairs and he's like...
So excited to see Santa Claus.
He's very nice to him, though.
Yeah.
He's like, what's your name, little boy?
Uh-huh.
And kids can't say it because he's just like, oh my God, I'm in front of Santa Claus. This is so cool. So he's like, oh, it doesn't matter. I have a special gift for you anyway. And he gives him a box and everything. He's like, all right, I gotta get out of here. So he goes up the chimney. And then the parents show up and they're like, what did Santa bring you, honey?
Yeah.
And it's a severed head.
Yep.
So we have like the police. They keep getting calls with all these toy complaints.
Yeah. They're like, we're on it. Sorry.
Yep, exactly. It's like, that's the second one we've had tonight, you know? It shows like a whole montage of all of these toys being given to kids and stuff. The vampire doll and the little duck toy
chasing kids around.
Chasing these kids around.
A snake eating the tree.
Oh, the kids with the vampire and the duck, they are wearing Mickey and Donald PJs too, which was really cute. But yeah, there's a boa constrictor that's eating a tree, a Christmas tree. There's a wreath that comes to life and tries to like go after this old lady who's grandma. Like knitting. There's this one of the Jack in the Boxes is going after this one little kid who's running down the hallway. There are like bats that come out of a Christmas tree and scare these little kids. And it's just like
a mess.
Just pandemonium.
Everybody is on edge.
Yeah, people are like barricading their doors.
They're like, turn out your lights.
They start like they turn the fireplaces on so he can't come in through the fireplace.
Close
they're like
them off,
locking the windows and everything. They're just trying to get it where he cannot get in.
Yeah.
And there's like a news report. It's like this imposter is mocking and mangling this joyous holiday. And when that happens, the
military has been involved.
Yeah. When they're talking about all this on the news, it goes back to the people in Halloween Town and they're watching everything. They have like this pool of water that is like a scrying pool or whatever. And so they're seeing everything and they're like cheering. They're like, oh, this is the best.
We did it.
This is so good. We're doing such a great job. And the military's been deployed.
Yeah.
They start shooting at him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, they're celebrating. We're doing such a great job.
Set off fireworks.
They're like, whoa, careful down there. You almost hit us. They're like, head higher. So they go up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
Sally is going after Santa Claus because she's like, the only person who can stop this now is Santa Claus. I gotta go find him. Where did they take him? To Oogie Boogie's, of course. So she goes to Oogie Boogie. She gets down there. She distracts him she detaches her leg.
Yeah, putting that sexy stitch leg in there.
And it's just like, oh.
Hey,
Oogie is like, He's like, hello. So he goes over. He's like tickling its foot and everything. Yep. And she's trying to get Santa out of there.
She's got her hands detached, untying him.
Exactly. But they get captured because he realizes what's happening.
Yeah.
Then back where Jack is, the military's still after him. And they hit him.
Hitting him with
they hit a couple of times and then they hit the sleigh and he falls down.
Yep.
He gets shot down. Then
but he gets up again.
Halloween Town, of course, sees it happen.
Yeah.
They're sad. They're like the wolf man just starts howling and everything. And the mayor goes out and he starts telling everybody, Skeleton Jack has been blown to smithereens. Yep. So he's dead. Oh no. And then, of course, in the real world, on the news, they're like,
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
We did. But there's no sign of Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Christmas has been canceled for the year.
Sorry, everybody.
Yep.
It's terrible news.
Terrible news. Exactly. So Jack lands in a cemetery in the real world. He's like in the arms of an angel, even. Knew you were going to do that. That's why. He wakes up. Zero is there still. Yeah. Zero's fine.
Zero's the real hero.
Those reindeer, they're gone.
Oh, yeah. They're obliterated.
Exactly. But Jack's still there. Zero's still there. He has his little song here. What have I done? Because he's like, oh my gosh, I ruined everything.
I ruined Christmas.
Yep. And then he realizes, he's like, but maybe I should have just maybe I should have stayed in my lane.
Yeah.
I can just make Halloween better.
Yeah.
And everything's gonna be great.
I gave him something to talk about at least.
Exactly.
Gave him some stories.
Exactly.
That's fun.
Yeah.
People love that.
And he's like, and for the first time in so long, I actually felt like myself.
Yeah.
So he's rejuvenated.
Yeah, he's got new ideas for Halloween. He's like, this is going to be great.
It's going to be great, but I should probably try to fix this situation.
Yeah, I should probably go get Santa.
Yeah, because this is bad, and I feel bad about it. So he heads back. And there's a convenient doorway from the cemetery there in the real world to the graveyard in Halloween Town, which is nice. But yeah, the king of Halloween has been blown to smithereens. The mayor, of course, is announcing. He announces it next to Oogie Boogie's place. And, of course, Santa and Sally hear it And they're like, oh, crap.
Oh, no.
That's, we were kind of counting on that.
Yeah, sounds like you just wait till Jack comes.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, oh, no Jack, huh?
Yeah, but Oogie is about to kill them both. And suddenly Jack is there. He's there to save the day.
Well.
Exactly. And Oogie's place has like all these booby traps.
Yeah.
That he sets off.
It's got like a little roulette wheel in the middle. It kind of spins around.
And it's got little levers and stuff everywhere, little buttons that he can push.
It's got a little fire pit in the middle.
Yep. And there's one thing that's like slot machines that have guns.
Yep.
It's real weird. There are these big cards, playing cards, and they have like knives. And so Jack is trying to like not get killed.
He's just jumping around.
And then...
a fun level to play on Kingdom Hearts.
See, I've never done it because I rage quit that game. I didn't even make it through one land.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do it.
Which
I'm mad.
land, by the way?
It was Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, that can be tough.
Well, wish I had have known because I would have gone somewhere else first. I even watched somebody.
The other one's pretty tough too.
I even watched somebody playing it, and they were like, "All you have to do is do this one thing," and I was like, "I can't do it. I physically cannot get it to do what you're trying to do, what you're doing." And so I was like, "Nope, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to play this," and so I never went back to it. I should probably play it again. I know that I would probably like it, but
I need to replay all those games because I need to play the third one. So maybe one day I'll just play it. You can watch me play it.
Hey, maybe.
It'll be a let's play.
Sure, why not? Okay.
In-person let's play.
Not like I've never done that before. So one of the booby traps that he has, he goes to hit it with his hand, and it has something kind of poking out of it.
Yeah.
And so his thread, the thread of his hand,
because he's a bag
on it.
man. He's a big bag man.
Yeah, he's made out of like a burlap sack.
Yeah.
Sap. Burlap sack. So it tears the thread, and Jack sees it.
Yeah.
So he grabs a hold of the thread and he pulls it even more because he jumps on top of it. He's got like this blender looking thing.
Yeah.
And so he jumps on top of it, and when he does, Jack pulls the thread and it gets caught in the
wraps
blender
it around
and
there,
just pulls the whole thread out and pulls his whole like outside his skin basically off, even though his skin is just a burlap sack.
Yeah.
And he's just full of bugs.
He's just bugs.
It's just bugs.
He's a bug man.
It's bugs all the way down.
Yep.
And so they all start falling into that goo stuff
That
that's
lava
underneath
pit,
there,
yeah.
and dying and everything. And he's like, "My bugs, my bugs, my bugs, my bugs." And then there's one little bug that looks like it's going to get away. And Santa steps on it because he's a murderer. He murdered him. He's a straight up killer.
Santa takes no prisoners.
Oh no, he doesn't. He's like...
That's why he's giving coal to everybody. He don't care.
There you go.
He punishes the wicked.
He's like... You were naughty. Oogie Boogie was naughty.
Judged.
And executed. So, he's dead. He's gone. And he's like, next time that you try to take over somebody's holiday, I would listen to that girl over there because she's the only one who makes any sense in this insane asylum.
Yeah.
And Sally's just over there like, this is awkward. But then he leaves because he's like...
Yeah, Santa goes out real sassy like.
Oh yeah, he's the sassy. He's the sassiest Santa.
I don't know why I remembered it, him being like, "Oh, it's all right, I got this. We'll be okay.
No.
Thanks for trying, Jack," or something. No. He's like, "Screw you. I'll go fix this. Hate you all."
I love the part where he's like, "Can you fix it?" He's like, "Of course I can."
I ain't no Jack Skelly man.
I'm Santa.
He puts his finger to his nose, flies up the chimney-ish.
He's out of there. He goes to fix Christmas.
Yep.
And he does fix it.
He does, because he's Santa.
And Jack and Sally are there together, alone. They have a little moment. And he's like, "Oh, I never knew that you I don't know."
And then the mayor bursts in right before he could say anything.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here to help." It's like, dang it, get out of here. So yeah, they're interrupted, of course.
Yeah.
But they head back into town. There's a little song there, and everybody in the town is glad because Jack's back. He's alive. He's fine. And then suddenly, there's snow. It starts snowing in Halloween Town. And Santa is there, and he tells them, "Happy Halloween."
Yep.
And Jack yells out, "And Merry Christmas." And now they're all like, "What's this? What's this snow?" I love the Wolfman. He's like, "Must be a Christmas thing." Which is really funny.
Witches are playing hockey with a pumpkin.
With a pumpkin. The kids are playing snowballs and everything. Playing snowball fight. I forget everything that happens, but the doctor, of course, is there. And And
got his new hot lady.
He does. He has his new little nurse companion.
Just looks like a big female version of him.
Yeah, yeah. And he even gave her like half of his brain.
Yeah.
And then he kissed his brain.
Yeah.
Because apparently he thinks he's real smart.
He's creepy.
But anyway, so yeah, he has a new companion. And Sally's like, well, he doesn't need me anymore. So she just
free.
like, she gets out of there. She sneaks off to the graveyard.
Yeah.
Jack sees and he follows her. And they have a little duet there.
Mm-hmm.
And they kiss.
They do.
And they hug and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zero is there and he flies off into the sky and he turns into a star.
Yep. He's gone forever.
And yeah, sure. And there we go. That's how it ends.
That's it.
And the moral of the story is stay in your lane.
Or just do whatever you want. There's really no consequences.
Or that. There you go. Yep. Oh, man. So yeah, because Santa fixed everything.
He did.
I mean, I'm sure that people are going to remember this and be like, do you remember that time that Christmas was like really weird? And people were getting like severed heads and like crazy dolls that were like attacking them? Do you remember that
skeleton running around?
Yeah, exactly. That was real weird.
That was weird.
It's like, but then all of a sudden Santa came and everything was cool again.
Yeah.
It's like, well, hope that doesn't happen again.
That's weird.
And then the next year, Jack decided to take over Thanksgiving. Or Easter.
Yeah.
Just like, well, I mean, I've already seen the Easter Bunny, so we already know we can catch him.
Yeah.
Let's try Easter next.
Him and Sally could just do Valentine's Day.
There you go.
With their love.
With their love.
Oh.
Yeah, so there we go. That was it.
That's the movie. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we covered our feelings about it. Mm-hmm. Pretty much. So I still say I'd still recommend it because it's a very well done stop motion claymation deal. It's very impressive.
Yeah.
Even like today, it still looks really good.
Yeah.
So good on them.
And I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's a Tim Burton movie.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Burton directed it. He did not.
Yeah, it was his vision.
It's Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
It's his story.
Mm-hmm.
But Henry Selick is the one who directed it. So
yeah.
Go Henry Selick.
Go.
And then he directed Coraline also.
Oh, okay.
Which is another stop motion.
Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, there you go.
Also another interesting movie.
Yeah, I like Coraline. I think I prefer Coraline. Honestly. I don't know why. Anyway.
But it's Neil Gaiman, so.
Yeah. All right. Well then, it's time for a snack.
Okay.
Our scariest snack so far this Halloween season.
The only scary snack this Halloween season, because we didn't go out and like look for Halloween specific stuff. But remember last week when we did that Coke? That was terrible. We don't talk about the Coke anymore. Yeah. It was awful.
It was real bad.
I said that I thought I saw a new Mountain Dew that is called VooDew.
Yep.
And I found it.
VooDew.
I found it. It is a mystery flavor, so we don't know what flavor it is.
It's white.
Yeah, it's weird that it's white, but cool.
That's VooDew for you. Mm-hmm. They don't want to give anything away with the color.
Yeah.
That's why.
So anytime that they do like a mystery flavor kind of thing, it always makes me think of the mystery flavor of like Dum Dum Suckers. I know you don't like Dum Dum.
Yeah.
But that's basically where like the end of a flavor, like the ends of two flavors kind of went together.
Mm-hmm. It
so
was like the leftover stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm wondering if that's kind of going to be what this is.
Yeah. They were just cleaning out the tank.
Yeah. They're like, we'll just make a mystery.
Just run some Mountain Dew through there. Just put it in a bottle, whatever comes out.
We'll just put some question marks on it. It's fine. Let's let them figure it out.
Idiots.
It smells good.
It does. What does it smell like? I don't know. Very fruity.
Very fruity.
I'm getting cough medicine.
I'm getting Baja Blast.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like we get some cherry.
Yeah, probably. That's why you're probably thinking of cough medicine. Yeah, I can definitely taste cherry.
Yeah, I don't think it's my favorite Mountain Dew.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But also, it's not my favorite, but it's not that bad.
It's kind of got a little bitter to it, which I'm not a fan of.
Is that why you don't like coffee?
Probably. I'm not a big bitter fan.
I put so much sugar in mine that you can't taste it anyway. So
yeah, if I have coffee, I usually do. Unless it's like really good coffee. Let's see what the people are saying.
Okay.
Oh, it's been revealed.
Oh.
So, it is cherry.
All right.
It is specifically Airhead's cherry.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I get that. Because I was like, it smells like something.
Yeah?
Specific. Like some specific kind of candy. That's it.
I never really ate Hairheads, so I don't really know. I don't really like that kind of taffy.
I had some, I want to say last year around Halloween, because they, somebody brought candy to work, like leftover Halloween candy, and some of them were Airheads, and there were cherry Airheads, so, alright.
There you go.
That's cool that they revealed it. I'm glad they revealed it. Thank you.
I think Coke should do that as well.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah. If they're not going to bring it back, like, just tell us what it is.
Tell us what it is, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway.
See, this is why Mountain Dew's better than Coca-Cola.
That's true. So now you're coming over to the Pepsi side, huh?
Well, I've always liked Mountain Dew anyway. And I like Dr. Pepper, which is, okay, it's kind of like both.
It's weird, yeah. It's like its own
it can be
deal.
Yeah. And we've only had one Dr. Pepper that was flavored too, I think. And I think it was only one. It was that dark berry one. That was really good.
Did we do berries and cream?
Oh, we did do like a strawberry and cream.
Yeah.
I think is what it was.
Yeah.
Which wasn't that great.
I like it.
It was okay.
Yeah.
But the dark berry one was the one I liked
a
lot. But yeah, I don't know. These Cokes are just, the Coke ones are just not as good. Yeah. Usually.
Yeah, I don't know why they have such, I think Coke's just a hard one to mix with. I think Mountain Dew's a good mixer kind of drink. Yeah, because
it's already got that like lemon flavor.
Yeah.
So it's already got like that little bit of citrus. So it kind of blends well with other stuff. And yeah, the Coke doesn't. And Dr. Pepper probably does blend a little better too, because it's kind of got like that cherry-ish flavor. Yeah, I think if it already has a bit of a fruity flavor, like a fruity profile, it kind of helps adding the other fruity flavors.
I agree. All right, well, what do you prefer, Mountain Dew, Coke? What do you think? Did you try this? Were you able to guess that? How do you feel about Nightmare Before Christmas? I nearly said On Elm Street.
I saw that.
How do you like Nightmare on Elm Street, by the way? If you love it, are you male or female? Let us know.
Oh, yeah.
Why and why. I'm scientifically curious about this.
We're going to do experiments.
Or other. I don't want to leave anybody out there.
True.
So just let us know. We are on Twitter at HavingFunCast or on Facebook at HavingFunPod.
Or you can send an email to havingfunpod@gmail.com.
Okay, go have fun. We'll see you next week. Have a good Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Bye.
Bye.